they gonna say now? Man, what they gonna say now, man? What they gonna say now? You know? Well, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jake Willie Silly, man, a.k.a. Mr. Take it easy. Before you end up like Beezy, man, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. And I know y'all, speaking of Twitch, your boy Jay will not be live tonight. You know what I'm saying? I will be back live tomorrow, January. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had something on my teeth right now. You know what I mean? But January 22nd is when your boy Jay will be back live on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? But like I said in the beginning, y'all, what they gonna say now? What they gonna say now? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jason Tatum, bro, you killed me with that right there. You know what I'm saying? But no, though, man, it is official, ladies and gentlemen. We have John Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? It's official. And it's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying, that you got some people hating on John Harbaugh. He's not that guy. Like this man named DJ, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Bro was a capper. You know what I mean? I had to call him out on his cap. You know what I mean? I was constantly seeing it too. I was peeping what he was doing, but I ain't say nothing. See, I'm the type to peep, bro, but I don't say nothing. So first it was we were gonna be something serious. That's what he said first. First it was gonna be something. Bro was a Steelers fan, remind you. You know what I mean? He's a Steelers fan talking about John Harbaugh, but whole time his team ain't win 10 straight games, 10 straight playoff games. So I'm just peeping, all right? He said, y'all gonna be something serious, man, for real. No more top 5 draft picks. Like, bro was hyping us up and everything, right? So I started seeing just bro hating. You know what I'm saying? Then bro go from saying that to saying we gonna be 7-10. And then bro go from saying 7-10 that we ain't gonna even be playoffs now. You know what I'm saying? Bro start going down. We're gonna be something serious that we ain't gonna be no playoffs. We ain't gonna. I'm like, dang, bro. And bro talking about he didn't say it. I had to send a screenshot to the group chat. And then bro talking about he was being sarcastic. Oh, why my boy got a lie, dog? Why you got a lie, dog? You know what I'm saying? But no, though, man. For a Steelers fan, and like I said, I call you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And whatever I said, yeah, you know I say it to your face. I call it out. You know what I'm saying? For a Steelers fan to be like John Harbaugh isn't a winner. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you say he wasn't a winner. I ain't gonna lie on you like that. But to say you don't like him, that's what you say. You said, I don't like him. I got a question, my boy DJ. How you don't like John, but you like Mike? You know what I'm saying? What did John do that Mike Tomlin hasn't done? Everything that Mike Tomlin has done, John Harbaugh has done, bro. Mike Tomlin only has 1 ring. No, he doesn't, Jay. He doesn't have 1 ring. Look at him getting ready to type. You know what I'm saying? Man, sit your little know-it-all tail down somewhere. He has 1 ring as a head coach. When he won with the Buccaneers, he was an assistant coach. You know what I'm saying? He has 1 as a head coach. You feel me? Did you miss me? So go and sit your butt down somewhere, I know you was ready to go and correct me. You know what I'm saying? You're not a know-it-all. You don't know sports. Sit your butt down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? See, I just caught you in your track. You sit your butt down. Oh, I can't correct him. As a head coach, he only has 1 ring. You know what I'm saying? Won that one in 2009. You feel me? With the Pittsburgh Steelers. You feel me? He lost 10 straight playoff games. So stop trying to downplay John Harbaugh. And I promise you, it'll probably be some Ravens fans that try to downplay him too. He was the reason why we lost. So y'all missing that field goal, the reason why y'all lost? And he almost made it to the playoffs with the Ravens, with the injured Ravens team. So that kicker missing the field goal is John's fault. Mark Andrews dropping the ball, that's John's fault. Zay Flowers fumbling, that's John's fault. Lamar Harden being Lamar Harden, that's John's fault. Lamar Harden's one of his best season. Bro won unanimous MVP in 2019. Was one of the worst playoff performances I've like. Bro was terrible on this MVP. Bro, he has Lamar Harden. So if anything, the Ravens has been wasting John Harbaugh's time. It's crazy how a coach get all the blame for player mistakes. For the past 3 seasons, y'all been wasting John Harbaugh's career. But he's the problem. You make the field goals, you win the playoffs. Mark Andrews, you make the catch, you win. You advance. Might win the Super Bowl that year. Zay Flowers, you don't fumble the ball. Like, it's funny how John gets the blame, but I know people are going to try to switch up because people hate me so bad. People dislike me so bad that they're going to try to tarnish John's name. They're going to try to make it seem like John just isn't like that at all. You shouldn't be excited about anything. Like I said, bro, nothing that you can say to make me not excited about getting John Harbaugh. For 10 years, almost a decade, we haven't had a coach like John Harbaugh yet, bro. The last good coach and relevant coach that we had was Tom Coughlin. You seen what we did with him. One of the most atrocious and one of the most legendary defenses of all time. You know what I'm saying? In that defense, we got a defense now. I can't tell you how many times we lost a game because of Shane Bowen. I can't tell you how many times we lost a game because of Brian Dable, bro. Us Giants fans are excited like this because we know that the players isn't the problem, it's the coaches. Y'all just don't understand that y'all effed up, bro, giving us John, bro. Next year, what I'm saying, oh, Jay, you say this every year. Let me go and just say this right here. This year was injuries. We had crazy injuries, bro. And we was barely losing games. Let me go and correct you right there. Last year, injuries again. And still having a sorry head coach. So I've only been saying it for 2 seasons that we was going to be like that. After 2022, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I was hyping them up. But 2023, 2024, 2025, bro. You feel me? I've been wrong. You feel me? But stop acting like I hyped them up every season, bro. First of all, I started YouTube, bro, when I was like, I wasn't even reacting to football, bro, in the beginning of my YouTube career. So stop acting like, oh, every season he says this. Bro, you didn't even know me for every season. So stop the cap. I've only been wrong for 3 seasons. Crazy, man. In the beginning of my YouTube career, I wasn't even doing football. Real ones know. The freak is you talking about every season? Bro, I wasn't even doing YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying? So stop it, bro. I was wrong for 3 seasons, and them 2 seasons I was wrong for was injuries. Point blank period. And we had Daniel Jones. I don't care about Daniel Jones doing good in Indianapolis, man. Bro was BJ with us. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that very much. And what an honor. What an
all I'm saying is, y'all, you just don't understand that what I'm saying, this is not a 4-13 team. That's all I'm saying, bro. If a team was BJ, y'all know I would say a team is BJ. But y'all don't understand what the freak going on. This ain't the Raiders with P.D. Carroll. This ain't the 2010 to 2011 Commanders. Bro, we have pieces, bro. You know what I'm saying? Our head coach has been the reason we've been losing, and our trash GM's been the reason we've been losing, bro. That's why I said give Joe Shane time, bro. Joe Shane is the best freaking GM that we had in freaking 10 plus years. He came into a dumpster fire, bro. Our GMs didn't know what the freak they were doing. Now we got Joe Shane with John Harbaugh, bro. Oh, my God.
Moment. Walk in here, and they say New York's a different kind of place, and I would say it's probably true, man. This is pretty amazing right here. This is incredible. And to see those
Isn't this me?
See those guys smiling and ready to go to work, that gets me fired up, too. So to everybody, just thank you very much. Thanks for being here. It's a profound honor to be entrusted with the responsibility of coaching the New York Football Giants. And my dad taught me that they were the New York Football Giants. They weren't just the Giants, they were the New York Football Giants, right, Dad? All the way back. One of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. I wanted this job. I think I told you that, Mr. Mayor. I wanted this job. I wanted this job. And to be on the biggest stage in the biggest sport. I know the challenges. I understand the expectations. I know the fans are hungry for a winner. We're here with one mission: to earn the right to be called the world champions in New York. And that's what we plan to do.
Hey, man, I'm sorry for laughing. I'm sorry for smiling. I'm trying to hold my composure right now. Y'all just don't understand, man. Like, I enjoy all my other 3 teams, bro. All my other 3 teams, playoff teams, bro. Postseason, I enjoy it. But I've been sad to not see. We made it in 2022. I was surprised we made it that year. That's when I thought, I was like, oh, yeah, we got our coach, Brian Dable, won Coach of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, Brian Dable, it was too inconsistent with Brian Dable. You know what I'm saying? He'll look good and he'll just look terrible. See, the thing is, when it comes to Judge, Dable, and all them, we had to guess with Dable and Judge in them. We had to guess. We know that he's a winner. You see what I'm saying? That's why we're comfortable. Because you don't have to guess with Harbaugh. You don't have to guess with him. We know that he's a winner. We know. So that's why I'm comfortable, because I know this is a winner. I ain't got to guess. Is this a good hire? Is this a bad hire? We all know that this is an A+ hire.
Wife Ingrid, I told you, now you're not coming up on the stage. No, you can just say hi. My wife Ingrid. Our daughter Allison, she couldn't be here. She's at law school trying to survive right now, so she couldn't make it. She had class today. And my mom and dad, Jack and Jackie, are here. Thanks for being here, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad taught us to attack this day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, right? We learned that. And that's what we're going to do every single day. Jim and Joni, hey, out there. Jim, we're not in the AFC, Jim. You can breathe easy. But thank you to the Mara and the Tisch families who I had a chance to meet today. It's been incredible to get to know everybody better. Always had tremendous respect for these two families. Starting with John Mara at the owners' meetings and all the competition committee meetings, we'd have all these conversations, and it goes way back. I thank them for their confidence and their partnership in this quest to build up our football team. Everyone involved, starting with John, Steve, Julia Koch, who I had a chance to meet today and talk to a little bit more, Chris Mara was a big part of this, Joe Shane, so many conversations, Joe, thanks. Just great getting to know you and the great football man that you are. Everybody in the organization has just been great. To the Ravens, I'd like to extend a profound thank you to Steve and Ozzie for the opportunity, for the guidance that they provided every single day, to all the players and coaches who have been unrelenting brothers all along the way through the years. We did great things. Thanks, guys. But now as we begin a new chapter in New York, our focus is simple. It starts with building a team that is physical and tough, that's capable of overwhelming their opponent from beginning to end, and especially at the end, that understands how to finish, that is smart and disciplined.
Finish, man. You just said something so freaking finish, bro. I'm glad. I'm already happy. He said the key word. I think y'all don't understand the key word that John just said that got me hyped was finish. See, this was what I understand right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Bro, while being injured, while having the #1 hardest schedule in the league, we blew at least 5 games, close to 6 games. Literally. The scores do us no justice. Everybody know, if you watching this, we had a chance to win that Commanders game. Russell Wilson was just BJ, threw that game away. We had a chance to win that Chiefs game. Every Giant fan know I ain't lying. That Chiefs game, bro, if we had Jackson Dart, bro, we would have beat the Chiefs. Simple. Russell Wilson threw that game. His best game since he was at Seattle, he even threw that game. We were supposed to beat the Cowgirls. Them are 3 wins that we could have won, but not talking about that. The Cowgirls, we should have won. You know what I'm saying? We should have won. The Broncos, we should have won. The Saints, we should have won that. We was up 14-0 in the first half. Blew that lead. The freaking Packers should have won that game. You know what I'm saying? The Bears should have won that freaking game. You feel me? So that's 5 wins that I know guaranteed if we would have held on the leads, we would have won. All we had to do was hold on to them leads 5 times. That's being injured. We hold on to the leads, we in the playoffs. That's all. That's it, and that's all, bro. Hold on to them 5 right there. Hold on to them 5. We in the playoffs.
The way it should be played, and that everybody watching it, including those playing it, be proud of.
Finishing was the problem.
We're going to work together. We got great and talented people to accomplish a shared mission. It'll be a relentless commitment to this organization, to the city, and the fans to do things the right way every single day. Nothing will be taken for granted. It will always, always be all about the team. The team, the team, the team. Thanks, Dad, for that. It'll always be about that. Now it's time to go to work. So with that, what questions do you have? Who's in charge of the questions here? Yeah. Gotcha.
Congratulations, Coach. Thanks. I'm Andrew Rosario, New York Beacon News. 2 questions. After 18 years of being a head coach, did you consider taking time off before getting back into the fire? And as you look at this roster, can you tell the fans that they're ready to go to the next level and get to the playoffs?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. As far as taking some time off, I figured I didn't have enough time to take time off. There's no time for that. So just couldn't wait to get back to work. That was never a question, really. Ingrid and I talked about it. Ingrid's ready to go, too, so we're fired up. And it had to be the right opportunity. This was kind of the obvious one from the beginning. This was the one, like I said, I wanted. And I wanted it because of that very thing you just talked about. We have an opportunity to go win, you know, and I like these players, man. I had a chance to watch tape. I like the way they play. I like their style. I like how physical and how tough they are. And I know they want to be successful and they want to go to work. So absolutely, we can do that, and that's our plan to do that. The plan is to win every game. I mean, one game at a time. You go into every game planning to win that game. That's our expectation. That's what we will be expecting to do that. But we've got to earn the right to expect that by how we go to work and prepare and what kind of a team that we make ourselves into.
One thing that I've understood while doing like sports or like even when it comes to boxing, right, is that practice should be harder. Like for me, training should be harder than the ring, like than matches. It should be harder. You know what I mean? If practice is easy, then if practices is easy and the game is hard, you're not doing something right. The game should be the easy part. Training, that's the hardest part. You feel me? So and what he said about the Giants, man, we're physical. Like when we showed them Smeagol's, like I said, the second time the Smeagol's beat us, bro, I'm not gonna lie, they cheated. I don't care. The refs cheated. I do not care. You know what I'm saying? Kayvon Thibodeau literally snatched the ball out of Jalen Dirt's hand. You know what I'm saying? And they scored a TD on that drive. You know, Darius Slayton, that TD got called back. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, we are a way better team than 4-13. You know what I'm saying? If and Joe Shane, they rated us number 3, you know what I mean, as who had the most productive rookies out the class. You know, Abdul Carter started going berserk. You know what I'm saying? He started going berserk once we fired Shane Bowen. Shane Bowen did not know how to use Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Abdul Carter. I'm not gonna lie. Shoot, it questions me. Like Shane Bowen was such a bad defensive coordinator. It kind of like questions like come up in my mind. I'm like, dang, is you the reason why Dexter Lawrence had a not so good year? Because once you got fired, then Dexter Lawrence started to tee up. It's like our defense got 10 times better once Shane Bowen got the freak on, bro. Am I tweaking? Like Abdul Carter just turned into that Abdul Carter that, because he had crazy pressures. You know what I mean? Word to Beezy. I'm not gonna lie. Bro had crazy pressures. He led the rookies in pressures. He had the most pressures out of any rookie. You know, any edge rushing rookie or D-line rookie. He had crazy pressures, but he never could get a sack because he was on the edge with freaking Brian Burns, who was the second leading sack person, you know what I'm saying, behind Myles Garrett with 16. But, you know, but bro, after Shane Bowen got fired, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, Abdul Carter looked 20 times better, bro. Looked 20 times better. I'm like, oh yeah, that's when I knew, like, okay, Shane Bowen was the problem. Our defense looked, bro, y'all, I cannot explain to y'all how many times we lost the game because of Shane Bowen. I can't explain. I cannot tell y'all how many times we lost the game because of Shane Bowen, boy. You know what I mean? This is a championship defense. I don't care what nobody say. We got one of the best defenses in the league. I don't care what nobody say. I'll put my defense against any offense. I'll put my Giants defense against any offense. I do not care what anybody says. This is one of the best defenses in the league. I don't care about them freaking points. I don't care about paper. I'm telling you, this is one of the best defenses in the league. And we get the right defensive coordinator, we're going to give people hell. We're going to give people hell, bro. Give us the right defensive coordinator. You're going to get hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And then we have a good draft this year. Like I said, bro, pick 5 with John Harbaugh. If y'all don't know, John Harbaugh won't even be reporting to Joe Shane. He'll be reporting the ownership. John get the last say, so not Joe. So me, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. With John being a heavy defensive mind, you got Cal Hamilton, but I'll say pick 5. He's gonna want to go with Caleb Downs. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Downs is who he's gonna want to go with. Got to go with Caleb Downs and get a and try to trade up. You know, try to do some miraculous trade up. You know, but bro, number 5, you got to go with Caleb Downs. Simple as that. Tyler Nubin, he has to go. But we need a safety that's aggressive like Caleb Downs, like downhill. You need somebody like that. So for me, pick 5 needs to be Caleb Downs for sure, Leo. You know what I'm saying? Offensive line was good. I don't feel like offensive line was major. I don't feel like that was a problem. Like our offensive line was excellent this year, bro. That's how I knew Russell Wilson was BJ. Offensive line was excellent, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro was just trash. So offensive line wasn't even a problem. I just feel like, man, you know, I just feel like, man, we got to get Caleb Downs, man. We got to make this defense stronger than what it is. Like when it came to Eli, when offense wasn't performing high rate, but the defense just picked up the slack. You know what I mean? We need a defense like that Texas defense. I feel like our defense is like theirs, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care what nobody's saying. You know what I'm saying? We just have a trash defensive coordinator, bro. But we need to have a defense that can, pick up the slack when the offense isn't, you know what I'm saying, on the same page, you know?
Hey.
We need to have a defense where, defense wins championships. We need to have that type of defense because that's the type of defense we have with Tom Coughlin, bro. Yeah, that defense, bro, when I mean was mean and freaking nasty, was mean and nasty. Top 5 defense of all time from any NFL team.
Hey, John, Connor Hughes, SNY. How much of a role
we need to get back to that, bro.
Dart play in your desirability for
Michael Strahan's, Pierre's, Tucks.
Long term?
Right. Well, it's a great question because, you know, the quarterback's kind of important. You know, that's kind of a big deal. And I'm excited about Jackson Dart, you know, and I've seen your backup quarterback too, Jameis, up close and personal 2 years ago. So I saw him complete a bunch of passes. Yeah, I know. There you go. I saw you. I had you know, oh my. Remember that game, right? It was a great game for you. And so it starts with the quarterback for sure. I mean, the quarterback has got to, you build your team around your quarterback. I mean, you build your team around your players and what they do well. And I like the way he plays. I mean, I like his talent, skill set, all the things he's accomplished. But more than that, I like who he is and what he's about. And to me, he's about football.
Okay.
I mean, this young guy loves football. He wants to talk football all the time. And, you know, and that's kind of what I like doing too. So I think we're going to have a lot of great conversations. I can't wait to get started.
And it's another thing when it comes to Jackson Dart. You know what I'm saying? The casualness be showing with y'all fans, bro. You literally be having fans be talking about Jackson Dart hasn't proved anything. Okay, let me go and tell you this. Jackson Dart started week 4. He became our starting quarterback week 4 with the number 1 hardest schedule in the league, while playing with practice squad wide receivers, with the injured offense, and he still ended the season with a top 20 QBR and the most passing yards out of any rookie quarterback. He was the best quarterback in this rookie class this year and didn't even start for the first 3 games. What you mean Jackson Dart hasn't proven anything? If anything, Jackson Dart is the most proven rookie quarterback in the class. Y'all hype up Shadur. Like I said, I told him bust out my AP. Perfect timing. Shout out my boy Shadur, but I'll keep it real, y'all. Shadur ain't better than Jackson Dart, bro. He not. Y'all hype up Cam Ward. Y'all talk about these play, but Jackson Dart performed better than all of them. With the injured offense, while playing harder teams than Shadur, while playing harder teams than Cam Ward. And he threw 11 for 5. You know what I'm saying? But please, bro, please stop if anything, he's the most proven rookie out of this class. And then bro, it was so funny. They talking about he's not, bro. It was funny, bro. Like the narrative is so different with Jackson Dart. Oh, he needs to sit back and learn. When he was coming in, he needed to sit back and learn. He needed to sit back and learn. Bro, this man was in the toughest conference and was one of the best QBs in the toughest conference. You know what I'm saying? Had the most passing yards out of any Ole Miss QB, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, could be right. But bro was like top 3 quarterback in the SEC. You know what I mean? Talking about he needs to learn. If anything, he's the most proven quarterback out of Shadur, out of Cam Ward, out of all of them. But he need to sit back and learn. But they ready though. Shadur ready, Cam Ward ready, but Jackson Dart, he need to sit back and learn. Man, get the freak out of my face. Boy, the most proven quarterback of all of them. You know what I mean? Stop all that hypocrisy junk. It's two-faced, bro. You know what I mean? Shadur and Cam Ward hasn't proven anything more than Jackson Dart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, in his first start, he beat the freaking undefeated Chargers. Get the freak out my face, bro. When Malik Neighbors got injured. So all that he need to prove, he proved enough for us. We know. You know what I'm saying? Giants fans know. If you played that hard of a schedule, bro, and was balling out, man, ain't nothing he can't do. If he was balling out with injured players, if he was balling out with practice players, he freaking beating the Smeagol's freaking 30-something to 17, and then going out and beating the Dallas Cowgirls with the hospital team, and you telling me that this man needs something to prove? Man, you delusional. Man, don't need nothing to prove. If anything, next year, with having all the pieces around him, he finna get 10 times better. Talking about he need more to prove. He don't need nothing to prove, bro. He ain't like Penis. He ain't played just 3 games. He played half of the dang season. What the freak you mean? He started with us for week 4. Came in on the 4th week. It's 18 weeks out the season. He played half of the season. Majority of the season, but he need more to prove. Get the freak out of my face. Without his wide receiver, number 1, Malik Neighbors, and still went crazy. Man, that man like Josh Allen. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, but that man like Josh Allen, bro. I see Josh Allen and Jackson Dart, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I say I'll take Jackson Dart over Brock Purdy. I'll take Jackson Dart over Jalen Hurts. I'll take Jackson Dart over Dak Prescott. And I'll take Jackson Dart over JD5. In my opinion, bro, and you can call me biased. You can say whatever the freak you want to say. I feel like Jackson Dart is the best quarterback out of the NFC East. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, I feel like Jackson Dart is the best quarterback out of the NFC East. Dak Prescott, Jalen Dirt, JD5, all just had a better offense. You know what I mean? As a quarterback, bro, I take Jackson Dart any day.
John, Mike Garofalo, NFL.
Freak out my face talking about he need to prove something. Get the freak out.
A lot of time and talk to Joe Shane a lot.
The most proven quarterback.
Here. What was it?
Rookie quarterback out the class. He need to prove something.
There's going to be great collaboration and cooperation here.
Ain't no sense.
No question, Mike. Probably the conversations themselves is what led me to believe there would be great collaboration. I mean, you know, obviously you get to know Joe and we start talking ball and you see he's a football man. You know, this is a guy that this guy lives and breathes football. You know, his knowledge is deep. He knows the league. He knows the coaches in the league. He knows the players in the league. Probably knows all the scouts in the league too, I'll bet, you know. He was impressive to me, and it was just really a joy to talk football and then really dig into some of the plans that we might have going forward, see what we can build here. So I was impressed, very impressed.
Hello. Jackson Thompson, Fox News. Welcome.
Hey, Jackson.
Several days before you were hired, President Trump put out a post advocating for you to become the next head coach of the Giants. How does it feel knowing the President of the United States has endorsed you for the job you're about to undertake?
It feels.
Hey, look, man. He got other things to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Than the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? Hey, President. Like I said, I'm not looking at the news. I don't know what's going on, but word on the streets, you are destroying this country. That's word on the streets. Like I said, I don't be looking. I don't know what the heck you're doing. I'm just hearing the words on the streets. You are destroying this country. ICE agents, what the freak is that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all inform me, but you worry about this country, man. Don't worry about us right now. Let the NFL be the NFL, but you got other fish to fry right now. You know what I'm saying, Trump?
Really great, and I'll tell you, I also noticed on that post that he said, "And John, take the job." So I thought that John Mara might have something to do with that. I don't know, but it's cool, and it's sports. You know, it's sports, and everybody's excited. Everybody follows it at every level. People follow football. They follow the Giants. They follow the National Football League. Like we said, it's the biggest sport. You know, and this is the most iconic franchise in the biggest sport. So here we are.
Got to get back to how he was, man. Too long.
John Ryan
Too long.
W. from the New York Post. What are you looking for in your coordinators and your position coaches, and when will those interviews start, including anybody who is, retained on staff?
Right.
Oh, nobody's going to be retained. Oh, nobody's retained. Nobody's retained. Everybody gone. Everybody, John, needs to go. Kafka, everybody gone.
Start including anybody who is, retained on staff.
Right. Well, we'll start tomorrow with the interviews. Obviously, great coaches, I believe, on this staff that we're looking forward to talking to. Talking to people all across the league, talking to people in Baltimore, obviously, too. We're going to try to build the very best. We will build the very best coaching staff that we can. I'll tell you, it'll be a great coaching staff. But my dad always said it starts with teachers. Coaches are teachers first. The ability to teach, the ability to take a vision that's well organized, a structure that's put together in a really good way that the players can play fast, play around their skill set. You got to create something like that, and then present it to the guys and train it in a way that the guys can get out there and play with a lot of confidence. Just cut it loose and play fast, and that's what we're going to try to do, and try to bring a bunch of coaches in there that are capable of building that. We're going to do that.
Bruce Beck, NBC4 New York. John, how do you build a winning culture, and how long will it take for this team to win?
That's the second part's impossible to say, but I'm planning on day one. So that's what we'll be shooting for. That's what we'll be working for, and fully expect it to happen. You build anything together. You build it from the inside out. It's going to be a reflection. Culture is kind of a crazy word. What does it really mean? It's a worldview. It's a shared understanding. It's a vision. It's everybody being on the same page. It's talking the same language, all these kind of things, same values, same type of beliefs, right? Okay, that's like a social studies class maybe we're talking here. So what is it in football? It's a bunch of guys that see the game the same way. It's a bunch of guys that want to play the game together the same way. It's a relentless brotherhood, having each other's back, being unwilling to give up because that guy next to you is unwilling to give up. All these things that these guys believe in. We'll decide what the culture looks like together every single day by what we do together, all right? And that's how you build it together.
Okay. Tom.
Hey, John. Tom Rock from Newsday. How are you? One of your early mentors was Andy Reid, who has gone on to have a pretty successful second act in his career.
Pretty fair.
I'm sure you've spoken to him. What were some of the tips and maybe advice he gave to you about changing from one organization to another and finding that success?
Andy's a man of few words, and his 4 words to me were, change can be good. That's what he said. Change can be good. And he was excited. He's fired up for us. He's a good friend. And yeah, we'll try to do. You know what? How about we do this? How about we deal that right now? We'll sign up for that deal right now. What he did in Kansas City. Let's do that. Yeah.
Hey, John. Paul Schwartz with the New York Post.
Hey, Paul.
You mentioned coming in here that New York feels different and is different. You want everything in Baltimore. Obviously, you want a Super Bowl. What is your sense of New York and what it's going to be like for you and possibly winning here in New York?
Well, I mean,
see, one thing, we're not like Lamar Harden. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing about us, once you let us in the playoffs, bro, we wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? We're the type of team that nobody expects to win. That's us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody be expecting us to win, bro, and we just come out just guns blazing. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, I can see what Joe Shane's trying to do. See, Joe Shane, people are so impatient. That's why a lot of y'all lives is messed up. You got to start being patient. Like, you had Giants fans talking about, Joe Shane needs to be fired. I get it with Brian Dable because Brian Dable has cost us a lot of times. Way more negative than positive. Nothing was changing with Brian Dable. So I get that. If we haven't fired Brian Dable, we don't get John. So I feel like things happen for a reason. I really feel that way. Things happen for a reason because if we didn't fire Brian, John's not up here. So thank God we fired Brian. But Joe Shane needs a little slack. You know what I'm saying? And then Joe Shane just made this hire. But all I'm saying is you got to understand Joe Shane came into a dumpster fire. Like, our GM before Joe Shane was terrible. You know what I mean? Like was freaking terrible. You feel me? So all I'm saying is, you just gotta, like our GM, our dumb GM took Daniel Jones at number 5. You know what I mean? Our dumb GM did that. You feel me? Not freaking Joe Shane. So all I'm saying is, bro, is be patient with Joe Shane. Be patient with him. It is he's playing the long game. It's gonna be rough at the beginning, but we're gonna be happy that we made these moves. Like for me, I'm happy as freak we ain't signed Saquon Durant. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy as freak. So it's like we replaced every position, and one more good draft. I'm not gonna lie, this draft, one more good draft, bro. We're Super Bowl bound. I don't care what nobody say. It's good to be whatever you say. I don't feel like I'm delusional. I'm just positive about this team. If this team was bad, I would say this team is bad. I have no problem with holding my team accountable. I just don't see a bad team when I watch us play, and I watch us play. You know what I mean? I see a team that just need a couple more pieces, bro. And once they get them pieces, like a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, a couple more pieces on the offense, a couple more pieces on the defense, it's only a little more pieces that we're missing. You know what I'm saying? To become a Super Bowl team, And I just honestly feel that way. I feel like we are our own worst enemy when we step on the field. Like honestly, I feel like we could have beaten any team we faced this year. Any team. You know what I'm saying? So I just know that record doesn't define who we are. You know what I mean? And I promise you, I can say this right now. We would not be a 4-13 team coming next year. We fixed our problem. We fixed our major problem. We fixed our problem. Our problem from the past 10 decades. Said 10 decades. Oh, shoot. Tweaking, smoking up that dope, dog. You know what I mean? But for the last decade, our problem has been a head coach. Y'all got to understand, man, a head coach is in charge of hiring every position. You know what I mean? So our head coaches we haven't had a good offensive coordinator, I don't know how long. We haven't had a good defensive coordinator, I don't know how long. We haven't had a good GM, and I don't know how long. We're finally starting to get it right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, Joe Shane is taking that route of the early Giants. All right, we finna just give up. I'm telling you, just finna go crazy with the defense. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't need to be a wide receiver, and I like that Joe Shane. I like that Joe Harbaugh, you know what I'm saying? John is, he is in charge of the picks, and, he's in charge of his team. So for me, I feel like John would try to get a safety like Cal Hamilton. I just feel like we can't skip on Caleb Downs. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Caleb Downs is going to be a great safety in this game. So I just feel like, man, Caleb Downs is what we need. Try to trade up and but Joe Shane, I like Joe Shane. I feel like Joe Shane made more good moves than bad. Name a GM who hasn't made a bad move. I feel like nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So of course you're going to make some bad moves, but I feel like he made way more good moves than bad moves for Sholioli. Now, the Deontay Banks, that right there was a bad pick. But
It's a lot different,
Who knows that's going to be a bad pick? Deontay Banks wasn't bad in college, So
right away. No two places are ever the same. No two people are the same. Obviously you meet people in places and circumstances where you find them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take every one of those things we meet head on and do the best we can with it every single day. And you say you do the best you can with it every single day. Well, that means a lot when you really think about what that means. I mean, are we really doing our best? Are we really putting everything we have into it for this day? Are we really attacking the day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, another level? Is that possible? Is that something that we can accomplish? Can we have the best meeting and the best practice in the history of the National Football League? Can we? We can if we decide to, right, guys? We can if we decide to. And when you do that day by day, you build something, you take it onto the field, and you let the chips fly, and you go play some ball.
Hey, John. Art Stapleton from the Bergen Record and NorthJersey.com. Just curious, obviously 18 years ago you had a vision, and 18 years later I'm sure you have that same vision, but I'm curious, from what you learned, do you come here knowing that the path can be different, and how much of that vision has changed through the years of what you want to do and how you build a champion?
Well, one of the things, you learn a lot. One of the things is this, that there are principles, right? And the principles of the vision you're talking about, that's that word, are written in stone. And their football principles are self-evident truths. They aren't going to ever change. Those are things that you carry with you through 18 years or 42 years or whatever it is. You carry those principles with you. You learn what they are, and they're non-compromised. They can't be. They have to happen. The methods, you know, those things are like drawn in the dirt. You know, you're drawing up a play. Come on, guys. Here's what we're going to do, and you draw it in the dirt. You got to keep those things moving. Play calls, defensive schemes, blitz patterns, how you lift weights, how you train, whatever, how you practice. Practices have changed a lot, haven't they, over the years? They've changed a ton. So all those things are all going to change as we go. So those things, 18 years and 40-some years, they've all evolved and changed and grown, and they'll continue to change every single day. So understand those two things, principles and methods, and try to merge them the best you can to try to win the next game. Keep it simple. Try to win the next game, and that's what we'll try to do.
Hey, John. Pat Leonard from the New York Daily News. What qualities do you prioritize in the players that you acquire and that will play for you for the New York Giants?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of qualities that go into it. I mean, Joe's got lists and lists of qualities for all different positions and all that you'd be looking for. But to me, the number one thing is we have to have guys that love football. I mean, you just have to. It's football. What are we here for? You know, what do we do? What is this building for? It's for football. You know, this is a football team, and we need guys that love everything about football. They love the games. They love the practices. They love the weightlifting. They love the meetings. They love the dining hall, you know. They love every part of football, man. And if you love football, guys, if you love football, you're going to want to be here. You're going to want to drive in that parking lot every single day. You're going to want to walk through those doors. You want to walk up in those halls. You're going to want to get in front of that tape and watch tape every single day because you're going to be around a bunch of guys that love what you love. They love football because that's what we're going to be doing, football, all the time, every day. And if there's guys, you know, around that don't love football, Joe, we're probably going to let those guys go play somewhere else, you know?
Oh, yeah. He got him. See, I told y'all remember what I was saying? Loving football, you know? See, that right there, that's a culture change. We need guys that love football, not just like football. I'm glad he's putting that in the air as well. Like it, John. I like it. Love football. Don't just see a lot of guys in the league. Once they get to the league, they think, okay, I don't have to work as hard anymore. But little do you know, you still got to work. Matter of fact, 10 times harder because you got to stay in the NFL. See, people think, some of these players be thinking because they made it to the NFL, that's it. No, brother, you got to stay in the NFL. So if you don't love the game of football, it's going to show. That's why a lot of these guys don't make it in the NFL because you got to love football. See, they love the things that come with football, the fame, the money. They love that more than they love football. They like football, but they love that. They ain't going to work with John. Like you heard him say it. If we ain't got guys that love football, they can go play with somebody else. But in order to play here, you're going to have to love football. It is a new culture in the New York Giants organization. It is a new culture forming around. That Tom Coughlin culture is coming back around, baby.
Around that don't love football, Joe, we're probably going to let those guys go play somewhere else, you know? Because if you don't love football, you're not going to love it here. Because we'll be doing football. That's the plan. All right?
John, congratulations. Ian O'Connor with The Athletic. Just trying to sustain winning over the long term is probably the hardest thing to do in a league built on parity. But is there a common thread that ran through your 18 years in Baltimore, whether it was physicality or something else that you think you could apply here that's sort of mandatory to have the same kind of success?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. To me, it goes back to every single day. I mean, you just never know what the next day is going to bring. And you got to understand that it's really not about what you face. You know, sometimes the triumphs are much more dangerous than the trials. Sometimes the good times are the things that you got to be more wary of than the tough times. So we've got to do a great job of handling all the circumstances in the best possible way to keep it simple and keep in mind what's important. It's even as much as I'm sure the guys love all the media. They love all you guys being around probably every single day, right? You know, it's really great. But, you know, but we got to keep it about football. So we want to do our jobs and and be respectful of all the opportunities that come with that. But really what it boils down to is let's attack this day with an enthusiasm, and let's get ready for the next challenge that's in front of us, whether it's OTA practice or, you know, we got squat day tomorrow, you know. Got to be great. Got to have a great squat day. You know, whatever it might be, we got to be ready to roll. So I think that's probably the thread that runs through those 18 years, just kind of taking that mindset every day and everybody believing in it. And then being, you know, it's how you play. And when that tape comes on, that tape is going to last forever. And you're going to want to be proud of what you see. So you got to make a decision and a choice beforehand. How am I going to play? What's that tape going to look like? It's not about whether you make the play. Well, it is whether you win or lose. Ultimately, whether you make the play or don't make the play, we know that because it's a player's game. But what you can decide on is how you're going to play. How hard am I going to play? How physical am I going to play? How much are going to be locked into my assignment, okay, to try to do things the right way, my footwork, my technique, try to win my battle. Am I willing to finish the play? Am I going to run all the way to the ball, all right, and then arrive there in a real bad attitude and make a statement when I get there? Am I willing to do that every single play? I don't have to decide, oh, maybe he'll make the tackle. I don't have to run over there. No. You put your foot in the ground, you start running, all right? That's what great defenses do. So that's it. I mean, that's, to me, those two things. If you do that, then you have a chance, all right? Then you have a chance, and you go let the chips fly.
Steve Wino, Associated Press. John, you mentioned good conversations with Joe during this process. What's it like to sort of get to know and work with a new person after 18 years somewhere else? And what do you expect that sort of relationship to be on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I expect it to be phenomenally great. I think it's going to be incredible. I really do. I mean, I already know because we've had a chance to start talking to each other. But you work with new people all the time. But, you know, Joe's been around the National Football League for years and years. He's got a tremendous amount of experience. I'm going to be leaning on him, and he's going to be leaning on me. We're going to be leaning on everybody around us, right? And it's not just it's not just us. I mean, it's a whole organization. We're going up the chain. We've got incredible experience all the way up to the very top here. All right, in different areas. And John Mara, nobody knows more about this league, right? So we'll be working, whatever it might be. It's X's and O's, it's strategic planning, it's the draft, it's free agency, it's contracts. People all through the building that are just incredibly talented people. So the idea is let's work together, all right? Let's work together every single day and let's build something great.
Hey, John, Jordan Ronan from ESPN. I'm curious, when you did a lot of research and background on the roster before you got here, like the last few weeks, what did you see when you looked at the roster?
I see a lot of really good players when I look at the roster. Really, well, not the roster so much as the tape. That's where you look. You look at the tape, you know, that's what shows you, right, guys? It shows you. It's on the tape. So I look at the tape, and I see a lot of good football players, and not just me, my dad, all right? So he calls me up about 3 days into this process, and he goes, "You watch the Giants?" I'm like, "Yeah, I watch them. I watch them." He goes, "You see the way they come off the ball on offense? You see that offensive line? You see that offense? See those guys? You see that quarterback? You know, you see that defense? See that front? You see those guys flying around back there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw it. I saw it." So when my dad told me, I knew it was true. We have a chance. We have a chance. Yeah.
Hey, John, Dan Duggan from The Athletic. A big change with your arrival is having the head coach report directly to ownership. Just curious, why was that something that was important to you?
Well, you know, to me, it's really not that important in the big picture, in the big scheme of things. I think it's kind of overblown just a little bit in terms of how it works. But the main thing is that it works, you know, and that we work together. That's what matters. So that's kind of what I was used to, and it felt like a good way to kind of start off. And I think Mr. Mara was happy about that. It seemed like it made sense, and I'm just happy. But I don't think it really matters. I think we're all going to work together, and I promise you, we all report to the boss, right? And the boss is ownership. And John Mara is running football operations here, and he's running it. And I'm glad he is. And that's also all the families and everybody involved. That's what this league, that's where it starts, and we respect that, right, Joe? And we want our bosses to be happy. We want them to be smiling and happy. We want them to know we're trying to do things the right way every single day, and that's what matters. All the other stuff is just definitions.
Coach, good afternoon. Simone, Live Pix 11 here in New York. Obviously, the real boss is your wife, Ingrid.
Well, that's a good point. That's a great point.
But often says, you know, great coaches, there's always a great coach's wife. Just wondering, you know, what it's been like behind the scenes for you guys, becoming ingrained somewhere for so long. And, you know, it's got to be difficult to make those changes and just to have her support. What does it mean to you behind the scenes?
That's a great question. It means everything. I mean, I have the most amazing wife and the most incredible daughter. And it's just the three of us, you know. 3 Ps, the 3 Ps. in a pod. That's what we call ourselves. And it's just incredible. We've been together for a long, long time, and you know, this profession is crazy. I mean, it's you live a lifetime in a season in the National Football League. It's the things that you go through, the ups and the downs, and the emotional roller coaster, and the conversations and challenges. These players can tell you. Everybody that works here can tell you that. It's that. And it's not just you. It's your family. You know, your wife is with you every step of the way, and more, because she'll tell me, you're not out there. You're not out there hearing it every single day. You get to go to your office and you don't have to listen to anything, you know, right? You've said that to me. She's out there, she's fighting, you know, she's out there fending them off. And so I appreciate that. I got a fighter for a wife, and you better, you know. So no, it's been what it is, and it's been great because it just, you know, because of who we are together. So I'm very proud of that. Very happy with that.
Sorry, John. Joe Messeri, Pix 11. Congratulations again here. The NFL's a league where we see teams go worst to first all the time. Plenty of evidence this year. Is there a similar characteristic you see among those teams that are that manage to have those big turnarounds from one year to the next? And do you see what do you see here that indicates that?
Well, you know, that's a great question, and it's probably something that probably maybe
that's how it is. That's how it been. No, I'm saying it's a lot of teams, the Bears, the Patriots, that wasn't good like that. Now they one of the best teams in the league. It happens. One thing that we didn't have, that we have now, and I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's finna turn around. One thing that we didn't have, that we have now, is a franchise QB. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones wasn't looking like Jackson Dart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the New York Giants. We have a head coach. We have a good quarterback. That's all you need right there to win. Head coach and a good quarterback. We got those two. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't have the pieces. We have the pieces to win. We got the same amount of pieces just like the Patriots. I'm telling you right now. Our defense, in my opinion, better than the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a healthy offense, our healthy offense, bro, can compete with the Patriots. You know, when the Patriots beat us, bro, we were a hospital team. Hospital. They ain't face a fully healthy Giants team. Hospital team, bro. So I just feel like, you know, we got what we need. You know, we got the most important pieces out the way. Now we got to get the little pieces done. You know, but we got the most important pieces, man. You know what I'm saying? Out the way, you know, and quarterback and head coach.
Look at, we'll do some kind of study. We got all these analytics guys, so we'll have them do a study.
Same thing with Eli and Tom Coughlin. You know what I'm saying? And we did not have a great offense, bro, with Tom Coughlin. At defense, what is the reason we won them Super Bowls? You know what I'm saying? Telling y'all, bro. You know, head coach, you got a good head coach and a good QB. Just look at it though, y'all. All the freaking playoff teams, what's one thing they have in common? They got a good head coach and they got a good QB. You know what I'm saying? You can't name one team that make the playoffs that ain't got a good quarterback or a good head coach. They're gonna have either or. Rams, Sean McVay. You know what I'm saying? Freaking, oh my God, Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. You know, like you got Drake May over there. You know what I'm saying? With the good head coach, you got freaking Josh Allen. You feel me? He had a good head coach. You know, it's just what's mandatory in order for success. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a good head coach, you have a not so good head coach and have a stellar quarterback. But if you ain't got a not so good head coach, bro, you're gonna be trash. You know what I'm saying? So the offensive coordinator's got to be good. The head coach got to be good. The defensive coordinator got to be good. Just saying, you see it with Joe Burrow. Look at what Joe Burrow. Not even speaking about this season, but last season. Just look. You know what I'm saying? Telling you, man.
You know, but to me, I see the team
having a good head coach and a good quarterback is mandatory. Do not have those two, you will not be successful. You see with the Jets, you see with the Raiders, you see.
Really good, that's what I see. And the teams that play really good have a lot of common denominators. And we've been talking about those things throughout the course of this press conference. So that's what we're going to be chasing. It's going to be about how we play. It's going to be about us every single day, just becoming as good as we can be. You know, if we're going to be in coverage, we need to be square. Our eyes need to be where it's supposed to be. You know, we need to be doing things the right way. So whatever it is, let's do it the right way and see how good we can get.
Oh, I'm ready, man. I'm just ready to turn this around, man. I enjoy every college. I enjoy NBA. I enjoy everything. MLB. I want to enjoy my NFL team, bro. I want to enjoy it. I miss the early days, bro. I miss the Eli, bro. I miss the Odell Beckhams, bro. I miss it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just want to enjoy us being good again. I want to enjoy it, bro. You know what I'm saying? There go my boy right there, Tom Coughlin. That's what I was talking about, y'all. That's the last time we was actually legit. We had Tom Coughlin. I said people be speaking about the freaking Giants, man. A trash GM did not know how to freaking hire head coaches. We had 4 head coaches in the span of 10 years. You know what I'm saying? You know how terrible it is having 4 head coaches in the span of 10 years? You feel me? We have not yet had a consistent head coach like Tom Coughlin. You know what I'm saying? My freaking water spiel. You know, it is what it is. But we did not yet have a consistent coach like Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin was with us for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That was the last coach we had that was with us for a long time, period of time. Other than that, bro, shoot, it's been straight one coach after another, bro. Straight up.